Right then, carbs, calories, points, sins, all the nutrition companies, diet companies will try and make it so complex that you don't know what's going on, okay? I'll be honest with you, it is not that difficult. It is not sciencey. I will make it as simple as possible. The thing with those kind of things is you become a slave to their system. As soon as you don't have the kind of way that they do it, you feel a bit lost. But it is not that difficult. I'll explain as best I can. So, whatever your body can turn, from food to energy, the fastest you will burn first, okay? Which is sugar. You obviously don't need me to tell you Haribo, Coke, Malibu, all those kind of sugary things. It's obviously got a lot of sugar in. The big thing that people make a mistake with here is fruit. Fruit has got a lot of sugar. A pack of grapes has twice the amount of sugar as a Coke. So if you're having grapes as a snack every day, twice a day maybe, that could well be where you're going wrong, okay? Your body doesn't burn anything else until all the sugar's gone. Once the sugar has gone, it burns the second fastest thing that you can turn into energy, which is carbs, okay? As a rule, carbs are beige, bread, rice, pasta, potatoes, chips, crisps, all that kind of stuff. Another good rule, if you can grow it, you can eat it. So you can grow rice, you can grow potatoes, you can't grow bread, you can't grow pasta, you can't grow potato smiley faces, even though it's a potato, they played around with it. This is generally where people go wrong, too many of these. You don't burn anything else off until both of these are gone. Once all the sugar's gone, you burn the carbs. Once all the carbs gone, you burn the fat, which is what you want to try and achieve, okay? If your diet is either high or mainly consists of these two things, you're only ever going to burn off these two things. If you're having cereal or porridge for breakfast or toast, you might have a breakfast biscuit, you might have sandwiches for lunch, you might have fruit again. If you're having fruit, sandwiches, cereal, porridge, biscuits, pasta bake, chili, rice, things, you're only ever going to burn off these two things. You never get down to that thing, okay? Protein, which is on its own, your body cannot store this. So if you eat too much, it will go straight through you, okay? This is meat, chicken, fish type stuff. If you were to have 100 grams of chicken, say, your body will use what it needs and it will throw the rest away, okay? If you were to have 100 grams of any of these three, your body will use what it needs, but whatever is left that you don't burn off, that you don't need, it will turn to fat, okay? There is one kind of example for vegetarians as well, because that's a little bit different. That's in a different video. Just bear with me for this, for the purposes of this example. We'll go chicken is protein, okay? Because I don't want to confuse everyone. So, a good way to think about it, if you were to have, say, an omelette, because it's just protein and fat, you burn off all the fat that's in the eggs and then you go and burn body fat. If you were to have a omelette and some toast, because you've got the carbs first, you'll only burn off the toast. You then don't get to your body fat or the fat that's in the eggs. Okay, another good way to think about it, pretend you're running your car off of petrol and diesel. Petrol being carbs, diesel being fat. If you were to run off of two things, you'll burn off all of one and store the other one. Okay? If you just run it off of one, you burn it all off. That's a good way to think about it. 90% of people, reason why you're not losing weight, too much of this, not enough of this. Protein, it has fewer calories, it has no carbs, depending on what you have. You burn off more digesting it. There isn't really a negative, okay? It's more filling. I could go on. So that's the main thing people make a mistake on. If you want numbers, then I can give you numbers. Whatever works best for you, do, okay? But again, this is my thing with diet companies. They have a way to do it, you have to comply to that. If you prefer recipes, use recipes. If you prefer, like MyFitnessPal, you want grams of everything, then do that. If you want that, again, just say. If you prefer guidelines, like beiges, carbs, proteins, meat, that kind of stuff, eat natural foods, then go with that. Whatever works best for you, you should do it that way. Timing is also important, so again, try and keep this very basic. Because you cannot eat protein, because you cannot store protein, you need to have it fairly regularly, every meal preferably, okay? Fat, as long as everything else is good, and they're natural fats, that will take care of itself. Carbs, either first thing in the morning, so you've got the whole day to burn it off, or before a workout, okay? If you have them first thing, you burn them all off, back to burning fat. Have them before exercise, you burn it off during the workout, back to here. After exercise, helps repair your muscles, back to here. If you have biscuit, or big pasta rice dish, or pizza, or wine, or something like that, 3 hours before you go to bed, your body thinks, I don't need all this, I'm going to bed. So it will turn everything that doesn't burn off, because you've gone to bed, into fat. Again, these are the little things that people tend to make a mistake with, which is just holding them back that little bit. That's pretty much how it works. It's a little bit more complicated than that, but that is how it works. Check out the downloads. A typical, they're in the column. A typical perfect day is something like omelette for breakfast, protein, or Greek yogurt you can have, or you can have fruit again early in the morning. Lunch would be a chicken salad, or fish, or soup, or stew, or prep meals. This will go into the next video, but organisation is massive, okay? Chicken fajitas is probably the easiest one. Cook up enough chicken fajitas, chicken, onions, peppers, some seasoning sauce, chopped up tomatoes, put them in enough for 5 days, you got a week's worth of lunches, okay? Nuts are a really good snack, or you can have fruit if you're going to do exercise, and the dinner should just be meat, chicken, fish, veg salad. That is awesome. Again, I said in the previous video, you'll get to a point where you can't really eat much better, you just need to eat better more often. That's pretty awesome. It's just doing it for a month is the difference between someone who does really well and someone who does it for 5 days and then goes and has a beer or a glass of wine or takeaway or whatever it happens to be. That is pretty much how it works. As I say, check out the downloads. On the next video, we'll go through some of the lifestyle stuff that you can make this a bit easier so you can get that consistency.